Donald Trump pulled back from his latest and biggest round of punitive tariffs by announcing a 90-day pause for countries that did not impose retaliatory trade duties, taking them down to a 10% tariff. The American president said more than 75 countries were willing to negotiate. He did not offer any relief for China, however, instead raising the tariff rate on Chinese imports. China had earlier vowed to fight to the end as it imposed counter-tariffs on American imports. It described the extra duties as a mistake on top of a mistake. Mr. Trump and his Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, suggested that America's defense budget for the next fiscal year will top $1 trillion for the first time when it is published next month. Congress authorized around $892 billion for this year. Mr. Trump sacked General Timothy Hoare as director of the National Security Agency. General Hoare was reportedly ousted by Mr. Trump on the advice of Laura Loomer, a 31-year-old conspiracy theorist who has been banned from most social media sites. She is still on X, where she wrote that General Hoare had been disloyal to Mr. Trump. She provided no evidence. Mr. Hegseth became the first American Defense Secretary in decades to visit the Panama Canal, where he reiterated America's intention to wrest the waterway away from what he described as Chinese influence. A deal to sell the canal's ports operated by C.K. Hutchison, a company in Hong Kong, to BlackRock, an American investment firm, looks increasingly shaky. The Trump-friendly Panamanian government is opening an investigation into C.K. Hutchison's port contracts. The legal battle over deporting alleged Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador took another twist. The Supreme Court decided that the deportations could continue, but that the migrants could challenge their removal in the legal jurisdictions where they are being held. That caused two judges in New York and Texas to delay the deportation of migrants until they received a hearing. The IMF announced a preliminary deal with Argentina for a funding program worth $20 billion. President Javier Milei, who has radically cut spending and reduced inflation, celebrated the announcement. It is expected to herald the beginning of a difficult but much-needed shift to a more flexible exchange rate. The death toll from the collapse of a roof at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic rose to almost 200. The club was hosting a concert by Ruby Perez, a popular singer, who was killed. Politicians, sportsmen and celebrities were also at the venue. During a visit by Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, to the White House, Donald Trump announced that America would start direct talks with Iran about its nuclear program. Mr. Netanyahu had hoped to persuade the American president that it was time instead to bomb Iran's nuclear sites. A video was published of Israeli troops killing 15 Palestinian medics near Rafah last month. The Israeli army claimed the medics' convoy was driving suspiciously without lights or sirens, but the footage obtained from the phone of a dead medic showed that the ambulances had their lights and signals on. The Israeli army now says the episode is under thorough examination.